was particularly physical. Does it bother you at all when Coach Riley says that you guys didn't come to play last year?
I mean, you guys have had more experience than me. You can't you got to take a lot that Paul says with a pinch of salt. I think he puts on a show which was very different. Obviously, with look at the way his team's performed. He's got those guys rallied and playing some good stuff and an incredible season. So I'm sure he's having fun with you guys. You know, we've experienced it last year. We've experienced it this year. This is a very physical league and very intense. We got kicked around all season last year by North Carolina, and one of the things we had to do was match their physicality in the final. I've watched it back a few times. I'm emotionally attached, and we got kicked as much as we managed to give out. And the worst one was on Tobin. I put a little bit of money that Tobin's the worst one to be kicked around tomorrow. It happened in the last 2 games with Seattle. And it was the difference in the Seattle. In the semi-final, we couldn't compete with them physically. You know, the tackle that Nielsen put on Tobin, Utsugi put on Tobin, and Fishlop put on Haran, we were getting kicked around. And at half-time, I had to, guys, we're playing in the NWSL against a very good team. If we don't compete, we lose. If we don't put pressure on the ball, we don't do the hard work that it takes. In the second half, we matched it. We jumped back in, and we were competing, and we were getting pressure on the ball. I don't think I've seen a tackle for a while in the league where someone looks like they're trying to hurt someone, and from our team, certainly not. We've been caught on a couple of late challenges this year. It's disappointing to see there has been some bad ones, and for us, we've just got to continue to be smart and not put ourselves in a situation to get hurt. But we've got to be physical. We have to be intense. We have to put pressure on the ball. If you don't do that, you don't survive in this league. And Carolina, amazing season, but the number one thing they do is they get in your face, and you can match it or you can roll over and accept a defeat. So we've got to match that tomorrow. And you know what? If it's different and they don't do that, we would love it. We would absolutely love it, because then we get to play. We get to play soccer, and so we'll be ready for anything. I think the emotion from us being in this place and having the opportunity to play in front of our home fans on a league game that's exciting, and a semi-exciting championship will tip it all. You know, we thrive off being in positions like this, and having the want to perform, and having the want to do well for our fans, for the staff in this stadium that are there day in day out helping us. So yeah, I hope that we're up for it as much as ever, and we got to be ready to match and adapt to what the game gives us.
Okay, our next question in the center. And Mark, Dan Law, equalizer. Getting back to Sinclair for a minute. She is mid-30s, might be the all-time leading international scorers, who literally never came off the field this season. New position. I'm wondering, how much easier does she make your job as the coach, where it seems like she is maybe the most coachable player in this league despite her stature?
Yeah, you nailed it. Yeah, most coachable player. One of the best people that you could come across. Her habits are so incredibly professional in the way that she attacks each day, prepares for each day, prepares herself and helps and prepares teammates. You know, senior players, young players, to look up to someone like Sink and know that the very best in the world is doing all the things you need to do, prehab, preparing for training, mentally preparing, and training at your best with your best effort, best focus each day, makes it a lot easier. I have to remind less people that that's the standard. I can just point. Sink's had an incredible year for herself, a very, very important year for us. I know we can't read into the 11s too much. I was personally disappointed that Sink couldn't get in the first 11 because people keep writing her off. People keep saying that are the best years behind her, and she continues to prove those wrong. She's come in incredible shape. She's played every single minute. Some goofball didn't allow her to play every minute and took her off for 17 minutes last year, otherwise it would have been 2 years in a row. And she's played an integral role. When we start to overcomplicate things in the offensive third, it's Sink who reminds us that keeping things simple, making the best choice and the best decision that helps the team is what gives us our success in the final third. She kick-started us against Seattle in semi-final. You know, second half, at half-time I got into them, I had the opportunity. First half she was chasing down a ball near the end of the first half into the corner. There was no way she was going to make it. She slid in, trying to save a ball, And it was more psychological. She wanted to show the rest of us, we've got to work today, because they come for us. They're kicking us, they're running, they're pushing, they're shoving. We've got to work. And she does that every day in training. She does that in games. She's in a very important season to us as a team, and individually, goals and assists and the role she plays in our number 10 is very important.
Okay, we'll take our next question.
Maria Berry, the women's game. Mark, can you tell us about the contribution and role of your Australian players this season and for tomorrow?
Yeah, it's, you know, losing Rasso at the beginning of the season was a huge blow when we got Rasso back. It was cool to have the player back. She's an important player. She gives us something that no one else gives. With her work rate, her pace and quality, and a big goal. She scored in 17 throughout our campaign. To miss her and get her back. The big thing is when we got her back this year, we got another Thorns winner back, someone who's been here for a couple of years, because we had a lot of new players, young players this year that are still learning what it means to be a Thorn and the mentality it takes day in, day out to play at this club and train at this club. So we got her, and she's a winner, and it was refreshing to have another player like that, because we lost a lot of those in the off season, and we got great new ones that we're still working with. To lose her obviously a few weeks back, 3 or 4 weeks back, but huge blow on the field, off the field. We've got the depth roster-wise to be able to continue moving forward. We've got the personalities to continue driving the group mentally. But for someone who's been, you know, who's turned up, being told by other people she's not good enough, being told by a national team that she wasn't good enough, then put in hard work for 2 years, continue to work, continue to train, videos, one-on-one, positional training, and then look like one of the most dangerous strikers, wingers in the league last year. So crucial to us, especially with Tobin out last year. Came back, makes an immediate impact, injects the pace and the quality she brings. And then the Orlando away game was her best one, where she just running ragged. And I remember the goalkeeping coach come to me after that game, who was with me in Washington, said, "Wow, you know, what a player from 3 years ago." And I said, you know, we train everyone the same here. She's the one who's made the most of this. So, you know, she'll be back soon. Things are moving along very slowly. Ellie Carpenter, what an exciting young talent. Her performance last week against Megan Rapinoe, outstanding defensively. What she brings offensively and bombing forward and creating opportunities, that's what we hope for tomorrow. Yes, we can have the defensive work that she provides, that she did, but we also want to get her going forward and creating mayhem, because she's one of the best attacking fullbacks we've seen in a long time, and she's doing this at such a young age. Yes, she's played a lot of soccer. She's had a lot of hours on the training pitch and a lot of hours around the senior national team and the W League. For us, she's shown growth in a short amount of time, and that trajectory is scary at the moment because it's going fast. Caitlin is at the end of pre-season. Now, she's had 5-6 weeks really of training and playing. This is the end of pre-season. Has brought incredible intelligence, movement, threats in behind, threat into feet, combines really well, always looking to cause mayhem. You know, she created the goal, created the opportunity to get in a good position last week in Seattle, received off the throw, got us across the pitch, which we hadn't been able to do all half. Slipped into Lindsay, invited Lindsay into the final third before her and Tobin do what they do. Yeah, she's been very important, and we're excited what we're getting out of her right now, but without a doubt, imagine what she can do when she's not just at the end of 5-6 week pre-season, what she'll be able to do next year. I think she's extra pumped tomorrow to have the big impact that she knows she can, and she missed the final in the W League. She's playing tomorrow in this final, so I'm glad to see, you know, again, adversity that's gone through this team this year has been big, and Caitlin's gone through a lot and earned this opportunity to be playing tomorrow.